Okay. Look, it's been a while. It's been a while. What? It was like a couple days ago. I did nanny affair. Then a day or two ago, Immoral Desires. And I know I yapped for both of them. I'm gonna yap for this one too, but just for right now. I probably said this in the most recent nanny affair recording, but I'm still kind of pissed off that I got almost to the goddamn motherfucking end of this book. Oh, not this book, this chapter. And then the recording stopped. And then I was like, okay, I'm still trying to make one. But then it cut when I was recording for the nanny affair. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bed. And I slept on that for weeks, clearly. I was so pissed off I didn't feel like reading anymore. But I gotta finish these books. And then there's a book 3, Nanny Affair. There's a book 2 for More Desires. And so on. And the Elementalists is a book 3, and I think it's 3. 3 and then something else. So it's I chose the worst books to do 3 of them together, and then just I'm gonna take a very long break of it because I'm pissed off that the recording wants to just stop working on me. I'm gonna shut up and read before it does it again. Chapter 3, Late Lessons. That was it. That was all my rambling. I'm done. Goodbye. You stand in Dean Swan's office, having just watched Atlas disappear through a mirror. Where is he going? Take a glance behind you, checking that you're alone, before rushing forward to follow him. As you step through the mirror, you find yourself in the middle of a battlefield. Get away. Magic flies across the room, barely missing you. A massive monster made of earth and stone swings at Atlas, and he rolls out of the way with inhuman speed. Is that the best you can do? Atlas, are you okay? Atlas whirls towards you, his eyes wide. Elijah, you shouldn't be here. The creature lets out another roar and rushes at Atlas. He nimbly rolls out the way, leaving you right in his path. My dumb panicked. You turn to dash for the stairs, but the creature is too fast. It slams right into you, knocking you down. Your head crashes against the railing, and a bolt of pain shoots through you. You rush across the room to Atlas as the creature prepares to charge you again. Get lost oversized hunk of rock. Atlas's hands glow with magic, and the rock monster disintegrates so there's nothing more than a pile of dirt on the floor. Oh, thank God. Death by a rock monster was not how I want to go. Just then, a plush dragon leaps out of the shadows and shoots a stream of fire out of his mouth right at Atlas. He dodges out of the way with a scowl. Damn it. The dragon blows another stream of fire, but he easily steps to the side. Let me help. He takes a step forward, and Atlas holds up his hands to stop you. Wait, don't. As he's speaking, Your foot steps on a tripwire placed across the floor. The drop of thick, oozing slime hits your forehead, and you feel momentarily dizzy. You look up to see a waterfall of slime coming right towards you. You jump out of the way, just as the slime cascades onto the ground. As it hits, it splatters across the floor, nearly splashing you. Way too close. Alice grabs the stuffed animal and fit in half with his bare hands. I've had enough of you. He tosses it to the ground, then examines the slime. Disgusting stuff. Alice presses his hands together, and the slime disappears in a gust of wind. Smoke vanishes for a second too, before slowly filling the room again. Alice turns back to the rest of the room, his eyes darting back and forth. And that was the last of them. As quiet fills the space, you follow Atlas as he crosses the room. You're standing in the middle of a dilapidated old house, pieces of furniture strewn about in the room, and strange magical smoke filling the air. After a moment, you recognize your surroundings. This is Dingo Feet's house. Why is it full of stuff trying to kill us? Alice whirls on you, eyes blazing with fury. What the hell are you doing here, Elijah? I should be asking you that. You're the one who's sneaking off in the middle of the night without telling me. My brother. You're supposed to trust me. I do. It's just... Just what? Alice crosses his arms. I want to handle this on my own, but you might as well know. I've been trying to track down the girl from the locket that Dingo Feet gave us. What made you think you'd find her here? When Dingo Feet showed me this place before she died, maybe I'd already taken her somewhere else. And I had a vision of where she was trapped inside a safe house, with magical symbols on the walls and the windows. Even if she isn't here anymore, we still might be able to find some kind of lead on where Rafe took her. Alice turns back to the rest of the room, but you grab his shoulder. Hang on a second. Dingo Feet asked both of us to find a girl. Shouldn't we be doing this together? If I bring you along, you're gonna get yourself killed. Did that last fight not prove it to you? Alice shoves his hands into his pockets and scowls as he struggles with his words. Look, I just want to get you hurt. But you can get hurt too. As Alice starts to respond, you hear a slight creaking noise from the other side of the room. Both move toward it, and Alice raises his hands and prepares to cast a spell, when a small creature comes out of the smoke. The small Arlu looks up at you, sadly. Slowly padding over to your side, Alice lowers his hands. And this must be Dingo Feet's familiar. I bet she was waiting for Dingo Feet to come home. She's so small. She probably got beat up by Rafe when he came through here. The Arlu bounces over to Atlas, rubbing against his leg. Atlas kneels down and pets her, smiling to himself. You okay there, little one? I wonder what your name is. You look like a Navi to me. What do you think, Elijah? It does sound the perfect name. See? She likes it. You lean down to pet her head, and she nuzzles affectionately against your hand, giving a gentle lick. I bet Loomis will love her. As you speak his name, Loomis appears from the ether at your side. Navi trots over to him, her tail wagging eagerly. Oh. Shh. I don't know. Loomis gives Navi a protective lick on the back of her neck, and she curls up at his side contentedly. We should take her with us, especially since she already seems to like Loomis so much. I think she's taking a liking to you too. Alice shrugs, looking away, but he catches him glancing at Navi affectionately, a smile on his face. She is pretty cute. I wouldn't mind keeping her around if we can. Save Navi by taking her home with you. She'll help you explore the house and come to your aid in this year's challenges. We can't just leave her here all by herself, after all. Alice stoops to rub Navi's belly. She rolls over on her back playfully. Looks like you come with us, Navi. Alice turns to you with sighs. Since you're already here, you might as well stay, but stick close to me so you don't get killed. Come on, Navi, and give us the grand tour. Navi bounds up the stairs, Loomis at her heels. You and Atlas fall behind. You step into a bedroom that has been completely tossed. A collection of glowing rocks teeters on the edge of a shelf. Cracks run up the walls, and drawers are torn open, the belongings scattered. Well, there was definitely a fight in here. I bet Rafe destroyed this place when he kidnapped the girl. Now he hops onto the bed and curls up in the remains of the sheets, looking crestfallen. You must miss them a lot. Start looking around. See if you can find any clues about where Rafe took the girl. The Elijah and Loomis Detective Agency is on the case. He approached the wall, looking over the scorch marks running along the wallpaper. I wonder who did this. Loomis sniffs at the wall and lets out a whimper, backing away. I guess that's you're telling me it was Rafe. No, you do not hear a keyboard in the background. Shut up. No, I'm not looking up something while I'm reading. Shut up. Observing the cracks on the wall would seem random and run in every direction. But these cracks don't look like they were from the fight. They look more like an earthquake caused them. Are we sure it's safe to be in here? Wait, no, not YouTube. Piece of... Given the booby traps in the entryway? No. Now he barks at you from the other side of the room, and you hurry to her side. She knows a piece of pile of covers on the floor. When you pull them aside, you see a massive crater with cracks along the floor jutting out from it. What do you think caused that? It almost looks like someone lost control. You moved on to examine the books on the floor, which are about caves and plate tectonics. Switch your hands. She must have been really into geology. These books are pretty advanced. As you scan the ground, you spot a piece of paper with Dean Gaffrey's name elegantly sprawled at the bottom. You dig it out from underneath the debris and examine the top of the letter. Hey Atlas, this is a letter from Dean Gaffrey to someone named Gemma. Now he looks up at the sound of the name. bet that's the name of the girl. What else does it say? You quickly scan the letter, and a few words catch your attention. As for the matter you mentioned, I hope that your powers have remained stable and are no longer fluctuating. Just as Atlas hurries over, his foot catches on a tripwire. Suddenly, the whole house begins to shake violently. As you struggle to keep your balance, the paper floats out of your grasp. Crap, the letter. No time for souvenirs. We need to move. But it sounds like Gemma was having the same problems with magic as we are. There might be something useful. The room shatters again, and Alice studies you. This place is about to come down on top of us. We don't have time. Ignoring Atlas, you lunge forward and just barely snatch up paper before a desktop is over where it was. You shove it safely into your pocket. The house quakes, and you whirl around for Loomis. You whirl around to look for Loomis. Loomis, get out of here. Loomis disappears into the ether. Navi, where are you? It's not safe in here. You sprawl on the ground, pawing at the bottom of the door. Let me get the door. Alice presses his fingers against the doorknob and springs open, letting you out. You run down the stairs, nearly tripping over your feet as pieces of the wall crumble around you. You're gonna get crushed. Then run faster. You and Atlas rush to the other side of the room and leap through the mirror. Navi riding your heels, your vision goes white. You crash to the floor in Dean Swan's office. You struggle to your feet and dust off your clothes. Well, at least now I can make a daring escape from a collapsing house off my magical bucket list. I've had that one checked for years. Now he passes over to you and lies down with a yawn. Alice bends down to pet her head. You've done enough for one night. You've done enough for the night. Go get some rest. Now he gives his head a final nuzzle and then disappears. You now just collapse into the chairs, still catching your breath. So what does the letter say? I know you grabbed it. Oh yeah. You pull the letter out of your pocket and begin to read. Dear Gemma, the school year has just started, and already I cannot wait for summer, when I can be home with you. How are your studies going? I hope you enjoyed the books I sent. You know, drew them so fast, I can barely keep up. I wish I was able to visit. I promise that as soon as I can break away, I will. Soon you'll be old enough to master your magic, and I'll be able to bring you here with me. As for the other matter you mentioned, I hope that your powers remain stable and are no longer fluctuating. If they are, you may need to consult a specialist. I knew one once when I was younger, but I haven't seen her in years, so tracking her down would be difficult. I know you must feel frustrated, having your magic grow very strong and then very weak, seemingly without reason, but do not fret. What you are experiencing is perfectly normal for someone like you. You are very special after all. Take care of yourself, and please continue to write. I'm incredibly proud of you, and hearing from you is the best part of my day. It's the best part, my dear. Love, Elise. Wow. It sounds like Dean Gaffey really cared about this girl. And Gemma was having issues with her powers, just like us. If only Gaffey had said the name of the specialist, I might be able to track her down. Once we find Gemma, Should I have more information about the specialist? Except we still have no idea where Gemma could have gone. Do you think we can use the letter to try and track her? Any trace that Gemma left on the letter be minimal at best. Not sure Rafe had protective warriors to block blockade spells. I'm going to hang on to it. You never know when it can come handy. You stick the letter back in your pocket. I wish we found it more in the house, but I felt that place was just lined wall with traps. Though, I guess we did learn that the girl's name, Locket's name is Gemma. Yes, we did learn that the girl from Locket's name is Gemma. Even if the house was empty, I'm gonna keep looking. There has to be something somewhere that can lead us to her. Alice, you really seem to care about this a lot. It's really weird. Being so worried about someone you don't know isn't like you. Do you have a fever? Very funny. I'm just doing what's right. Don't make me elaborate. But it's not like Dinkofi ever did anything for you. See, that's the reason the two of us nearly got killed last year. Don't get me wrong. Goofy got what she deserved in the end. But this is bigger than that. Alex clenched his fist, expression of sorrow flitting across his face. I don't want another child to go through what I did. No one deserves to lose the caretakers and have to survive all on their own. Well then, that settles it. Settles what? This is important to both of us, so we have to work together. I might not be strong enough for these positions now, but if you give me some training, I'll be more prepared and ready to help you out. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. And having a qualified backup would be useful. I promise I won't let you down. We'll see about that. But might as well get started now, since we have to get back to your room. We'll do a stealth mission, like the first night we met. I'm out on campus now, so it won't be risky, but it'll be a good practice one. Can I just say, I like that I can type without looking at the keyboard, but I still need to tap to, Right, I guess. I have to get back to my room without being spotted. Precisely. Alice reaches out and touches your arm, and you feel a ripple of magic wash over you. That enchantment will give you a shock if you're spotted. A shock? You kidding? Don't be a baby. Now come on. Now come on. Wasted valuable sleep time. You now leave Dean Swan's office and make your way to the foyer. You peek around the corner, spot the sentry, dutifully watching the hall. And that's gonna cause problems. When you're sneaking around, you don't want someone to have video proof that you're there. You need to get the sentry from seeing us. Azina. The small ball of resin shoots out of the wood flooring and flies into your hands. You fling it right at the eye slit of the sentry. Sticky substance completely coats the sentry's helmet and it whirls around in confusion. Visual feed lost. You and Atlas dart out from the hallway and rush toward the front door without being seen. Effective. Nothing to it. You and Atlas step out into the quad, where the statue is still keeping watch over campus. His eyes dart about, and the cauldron in his hand glows with magic. The good news is that, since I'm a student, failing this doesn't mean I'll get incinerated. But if we were anywhere else, Something like that will destroy you on sight. How would you get past it? Let's make an illusion. You dress over yourself to put your hands out and take a step backward. In your place is a distorted replica of yourself. You push it toward the statue, and it comes into the statue's path. Fuck you. As it comes into the statue's path, the statue immediately swoops toward it, while you and Atlas dash for your dorm. Nice move. Pretty similar to the one I used last time we did this. I learned from the best. You quietly crack open the door to your dorm building, and spot the RA working at her desk. You also need to learn how to get rid of people who could blow your cover. So I just have to get the RA out of the way. A little property damage goes a long way. You set a blast of air magic down the hall and into a potted plant, knocking it over with a loud crash. Ch3 immediately perks up, her forehead creasing in anger. Whoever did that, you stay right there. I need you to file a report. Ch3 gets up from her desk and hurries down the hall, allowing you and Atlas to fully step inside. Nice technique. Thank you. You and Atlas step inside your dorm, and you collapse in your bed. Atlas snaps his fingers, and the strange magic flickering over you dissipates. Jane has a lot more words than I realized. But you did it right, seeking around. You even need my help. You were a good moral sport. Keep this up, and you'll be ready for more advanced lessons soon. Sure, right now, I just need to pass out. I'll give you a wave and head out of your room. You roll over in bed and drift off to sleep. The next morning, you wrap your spellbook class and take a seat between Zeph and Shreya. You stifle a yawn and lay your head down on your desk. I'm so tired. You need to get your beauty sleep, Elijah. No circles under the eyes are such a fast pass. Were you up? What are you doing out so late? And why was I invited? You quickly tell them about Atlas sneaking out to Dean Ophia's house and what you found there. So the girl from Longest name is Gemma, but we still don't have any idea where Rafe's safe house is. I wonder if Gemma has anything to do with this case fellow, especially since he didn't show up until you started looking for her. No way. It's gotta be a coincidence. Rafe is the one who kidnapped her, and Katie's anything like Rafe. I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't have survived this long if I thought everything that happened to me was a coincidence. Last year it was all connected. For now, I think Kane might have something to do with Gemma. I'm just not sure what yet. Just like in business, it's always better to be on your guard. Then, no one catch you by surprise. I know the idea that misery business was just cutthroat. Just then, Professor England enters the classroom and steps up to the front, clearing his throat. Good morning, class. Today we're going to be learning a combination of water with a spell. Shreya groans beside you. What's the matter? It's just water and wood are two of the hardest elements for fire to work with. Shh. This spell will teach you how to temporary large objects. It's a versatile spell with a number of uses. You make a blanket big enough for 2 people, enlarge a barrier during a rock slide, keep destruction at bay. There's even a time when it was used during duels as a way of manipulating your environment to block spells. Wow, it sounds seriously useful. Allow me to demonstrate. Miss Misery, you will send a fireball at me, please? Misery special, coming up. Shreya conjures a fireball and hurls at Professor England. He closes his eyes, and his desk suddenly goes massive, completely shielding him from the fireball. Well, to begin, start by examining and feeling the object's structure. Think of it like water, shaping itself to whatever container it fills. Then you merely need to add in the wood element and focus on growing the object. Hey, don't worry. Hey, don't worry. I'm coming around to check on you. Let's get this embarrassment over with. Trey picks up a potion vial and examines it closely, but the vial shrinks a little. There's nothing the amazing Trey and Misery can do, but this is going to take some practice. Next to you, Zeph picks up a book and takes a deep breath, running his hand along the spine. Come on, little book, and grow for me. A moment later, the book doubles in size, becoming a massive tomb. Whoa, nice job, Zeph. You turn to the small cauldron in front of you, just as Professor England approaches. You lean around, examine the cauldron, and starting to chant your magic when... You suddenly feel exhausted, like you haven't slept in a week, and your magic fizzles out. Mr. Snyder, are you right? Yeah, I think so. My magic won't work? You will perform a spell procedure correctly, but it appears you run out of magic. Have you been overexerting yourself? Not the first student pull an all-nighter, only to find you completely drained their reserves. Maybe? I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. That may be it. Try to get more rest in the future, so you're prepared for class. Professor England continues to walk around the classroom. Zeph and Shreya turn to you. Now, you sure you're right, Elijah? I can walk you back to our dorm if you need me to. Yeah, you look like you need a 12-hour nap. I'm fine. I think my magic is still just out of whack. It's been acting up lately, though I can't figure out why. The rest of the class passes uneventfully, but you never get the energy to perform the spell. You simply watch Zeph instead. I looked up for a split second, and I thought the recording stopped. We're good. Duh, you can still hear me. Zeph, if you keep it up, you're gonna be tiny compared to the rest of your stuff. Now I just wanna make sure I got it. Now that I'm on my way, now that I'm on the varsity thief team, I can't afford to let my grades slip and jeopardize my position. Though, I do like being the small ruler of this giant kingdom. As Zeph returns to his practice, Shreya stands up and gathers her belongings. No, none of the staying jet. I might get some spa orders to make up. Shreya, can you make me a spa order? I need something really relaxing after the week I had. Leave it to me. I want the best for my roommate. Shreya gives you up a wave and heads out the classroom. As Zeph finishes up his work, you feel a sudden burst of energy go beside you, so you suddenly had a full night's sleep. Hey Zeph, wanna go do some deep practice? Or one last one in the stadium? I got all this pent up energy. Whoa, Elijah, I thought you were exhausted. Did you drink an entire pitch of coffee when my back was turned or something? I sure feel like it did. My energy levels have been off killer all day. I wish I knew what was going on. And I wish I could have learned about the enlarging spell. Are you up for trying this spell again? But you can get the hang of it now, and I'm happy to stay behind you and help you do it. Better protect yourself in the trials ahead by staying behind with Zeph and adding an enlarging spell to your spellbook. It was in the middle of doing this spell where the recording just stopped, and I want to cry. You shall learn, young grasshopper, and Master Zephster is ready to teach. Yeah, don't get too full of yourself. Zeph rubs his hands together as he places at the cauldron back in front of you. Okay, the first step is to visualize the object. Get a sense of its structure. That's the water part of the spell. I find it easiest to just think of water surrounding it, but you could probably also think about the molecules inside of it. You pick up the cauldron, turn it over in your hand, and feel on the side of it. So you start with water. You can immediately picture the structure of the cauldron inside your head. Okay, I think I got this part. What's next? Now I just have to encourage it to grow. That's the wood element. I found talking to it really helps. As I said, that's the secret to using wood magic. Just be kind. And I would. Come on, Cauldron. I know you can do it. This is the furthest I got. As you channel your magic, you suddenly feel full of energy. The cauldron starts to grow and keeps growing until it's triple the size, filling up the desk. Whoa. Professor England rushes over to his desk, his eyes wide. Incredible, Snyder. I wouldn't expect you to grow an object to that size till you were a junior or a senior. I wasn't even trying to. It just sort of happened. Well, glad you feel better. Though I still recommend taking it easy for the rest of the day. Magic is a finicky thing. I don't want you to overwork yourself. I think I'm done for the day, Professor. I just wanted to make sure I had a handle on this spell. Professor Ingham walks back to his desk, and you turn to Zeph with a grin. I did it, thanks to you. Pretty sure you did the magic all your own. Yeah, but I couldn't have figured it out if you hadn't stuck around to help. Zeph grins, his whole face lighting up. And I have to admit, it's nice to be able to teach you something for once. You and Zeph gather your belongings and head for the door. Let's help me out, Zeph. Don't mention it. I'm sure I'll need your help when we have 12 more fire spells. They're the worst for water rats like me. And us water rats gotta stick together. Besides, helping each other is what friends do. The two of you leave the classroom. Blah, 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 blah. That night, you meet up with the rest of your friends for dinner. As you're sitting down at a table, a letter appears in front of you. Apparently, no one here knows how to text. Seriously, does he not understand modern technology? Did he write you another letter? Wait, are the two of you like pen pals now? No, I didn't respond to his first note. Just ignore it. Or better yet, burn it. But that would be rude, and he might have something important to say. That's just right. I might as well take a look. You open the letter, and a small charm falls out of it. It's a keychain. Looks like one of those tacky charms you put in your backpack. I would hope that chain has better taste than that, even if he just like is still the 1800s. He's really it's radiating powerful magical energy, but I've never seen anything quite like it. Not even textbooks. I don't know how to do the accent again. I forgot. I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice for Beckett. Hold up. You turn back to the letter, reading out loud. I can't go from a bad French accent to a snooty voice. It just sounds the same. Dearest Elijah, I hope all has been well since my last letter. I'd be truly heartbroken if a misfortune had befallen one of my closest friends. I've been racked with guilt over our first meeting. My behavior is appalling, and again, I apologize. I hope your silence is because you are still upset with me. Perhaps I can make it up to you by bestowing you with this special gift, and much more besides. Take care, do not miss me too much, for I promise we shall meet again soon. K in the clouds, and winds and storms in the heavens. A gift? And even more on top of that? And geez, he's quite an eccentric one, isn't he? I wonder what you did to impress him. Must be my magical potential. I got about an ale tanker's worth of magical energy inside of me. Everyone at the table rolls their eyes. Yeah, we know. You're very strong. Actually, at least just fuck you. Actually, Atlas has just as much potential. So be full of your light logic, Kane should be sending him gifts too. Everything's got a point. I didn't know there's multiple choice because I would have picked the fucking middle one. Then no Ward's panicked voice reaches your ears. I'm telling you, Cap, you're doing it wrong. At the table across from you, some upperclassmen gather around Everett as he attempts to melt down a hunk of metal in his hands. Crap! Everyone, get low! Suddenly, his magic begins to crackle, sending sparks flying. Watch out! Bolt of energy comes arching towards you, slicing straight through the tables and chairs in his path. Elijah, out of the way. Before you can react, the charm in your hand suddenly expands to a massive shield with a hiss of air. Everett's magic slams into the shield, which absorbs the energy before shaking back down, and a note drops to the floor. What was that? You pick it up, your fingers still trembling from the unexpected scare, and read it. I'll have you back, even when no one else will. Your dearest friend, Kane. Oh, okay.